The next one is from Anthony. He told the context is a bit personal and embarrassing. I just say I made it for a family member for encouragement. So with that in mind, we will just jump right into it and we will listen to "Today Will Be Better" by Anthony. So let's just jump right into it. Hold on.
ってたより良い生活を送ったその生涯その願い未来は夢ではない君が疑いを持っている時一人ではないこと忘れないで愛してる抱きしめる大切にする気分晴れるまで君がとても悲しい時永遠ではないこと忘れないできっと消えるきっと変わる今日は良くなる 君が疑いを持っている時一人ではないこと忘れないできっと消えるきっと変わる今日は良くなる抱きしめる愛してる今日は良くなる
Okay, let me say that first of all, Anthony, your mixes are actually almost always sound very full and rich, and this is something I really like. The drums, from a perspective as a drummer, the drums are actually beautiful. I cannot decide if they should sound more like a real drum set or they actually should sound more like an 80s drum kit, but they are a perfect mix in between. And they fit wonderfully in that track. The drums are perfect. The guitar solo is very nice. I was thinking it was a real one, so it's interesting that you say that it's a DAW, but the guitar felt very real. Nothing at all. The instrumental is wonderful. In terms of the vocal line, which you're actually about to hear, so the vocals felt very nice. I don't really speak Japanese at all, but I felt it sounded very nice. It really suited the whole track, and it suited very well in the middle of the track. So, Chris, if you want to say something, Anthony's really focused to hear something about the vocal line, in particular, about the vocals.
I mean, I can't say much about the prosody of the vocal line because I don't speak Japanese, so I'm not completely sure. I think what I was saying earlier is specific to art song as opposed to this. This is pop song. It's in a language I don't know. I felt it was a beautiful vocal line. I thought it was a really good, well-crafted pop vocal line. It sticks in my ear I remember it. My real thank you is for the richness of the harmony. It's it was really lovely harmony. There were like all sorts of different harmonic things that would have been like normal in the 70s but are really unusual now because nobody does them anymore. Like there was one spot where you did a 2/5 into 4 that is like that's my favorite thing that always makes me cry. And you did that 2/5 into 4 and it was beautiful, and then it just gives it like this lovely sort of change. And then there were some other secondary dominants and things like that. They shouldn't be such unusual things. They really aren't. But nowadays they are because nobody does them. So I really liked that. Um, it also just felt like it would be a beautiful sort of ending to. I always go here, but it would be a beautiful ending to a Studio Ghibli movie. Um,
I was thinking the same.
yeah, it had that Ghibli quality to it, like when you're crying at the end of a Studio Ghibli movie, and this comes up and then just ratchets it up the tears a little bit more. I really liked it.
Edge. I thought that as well. Like, it definitely gave me those vibes. You know what? The piano was beautiful. I think I'm learning some piano from, is it Joe Hisaishi? I'm not too sure how you say his surname, Hisaishi.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah, and it really reminded me of the way that he plays and composes his music, and beautiful harmonies on the piano. And I liked how when it ended, it didn't go to the end chord. It kind of just left you there a little bit, and then it resolved. And that's a really good way to really tug on the heartstrings, and a very beautiful theme. The vocals, they sounded very like, how did you produce the vocals? They did sound quite auto-tuned. It sounded electronic, the vocals did.
Used a synthesizer for that, and if he would not tell me that it's a synthesizer was actually produced the vocals, I was just thinking like maybe just someone sing it. So it felt
with
very
some
real.
auto tuning, yeah, with some auto tuning, but yeah, it was pretty good.
And the guitar, I'm so surprised that was MIDI. What guitar?
Chris.
Was that?
I'm sorry, Chris, you muted yourself again.
He knows. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, is that? Oh, I was just saying what guitar is that? What plugin? Because that was really good. I genuinely thought that was a real guitar.
I know that he's using Logic. Maybe it's a built-in one.
The only reason that I suspected it wasn't was there was one spot where there was a hammer on that sounded a little mechanical to me. And I was like, oh, this sounds like a good... Oh, that hammer-on sounded a little machine done. That's the only reason I would have known.
Let me say one thing, though. The melody, you know the song Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head?
Yeah.
I think it's very, very similar to where it actually could be like a copyright issue. Because I'd have to go listen to it again, and I'm not an expert.
Yeah, I can't say that I think it's that close.
You don't think
Honestly,
so?
I don't think it's that close.
Okay.
I like that song. I would have picked up on that because it's in Spider-Man, isn't it?
But it does remind me of, you know, the whole 70s chord progressions and stuff like that.
Certainly that.
Certainly reminds me of that.
Especially the toms felt very, very 80s from perspective of sound, and I really love the 80s drum kits because they're warm, they're rich, and they just sound awesome to listen to.
And they boom.
Exactly. Because mixing
I agree
drums
with you. I think an 80s drum would sound really good on this.
Because mixing drums can be really, really hard. I know this because I did it a lot of times, and this is horrible to get real toms sounding in an orchestral perspective, because you need to know a lot about this, and they just felt wonderful. This is great. This is great.
I think if you had a real person singing that, it'd be perfect. I can definitely imagine that at the end of Studio Ghibli.
Definitely. So Anthony, you just need to hire a professional Japanese singer, and then you can make this perfect.
Yeah.
There's the $500. You know. Costs money.
But well done, definitely.